episode of Up Next, the podcast where we tell you who's up next in youth sports and have some of the biggest names in youth sports. Go check our old podcast if you don't know what time it is. We always keep it current and with the best players in high school basketball. And today is no different. We got three very special guests today. But first, my name is Jamal Murphy, of course, and I got my co-host extraordinaire Khalid Green. What's up, man?
Peace, man. I got the family here today, the Jerk Chicken Crew. So we're gonna we're gonna get into it, man. This is the crew right here.
All right, all right. Like I said, we got three special guests. We got two big time high school ball players and their father. We got Deron Rippey Jr. He's currently playing at Blair Academy. Also plays for the New Heights Lightning. Plays for Khalid's team. So I've seen him play quite a bit, and he's definitely a future star. And we also got his sister, De'Naya Rippey, and she plays at or she goes to Cheshire Academy for high school. Plays there, and also I believe plays for Riverside. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes. So we got two big time ballers in the house, and of course we have their father, Deron Rippey Sr., in the house. So we're going to talk to all three about these two journeys. Sound good?
Yeah.
So we'll start with the father. You know what I'm saying? Since obviously we got to give you some credit here for raising two wonderful kids and who are doing big time things at their age. What was your vision? For these kids from I guess starting from a young age, because you don't get to be as good as they are without having played for a while.
I think my wife and I, our vision was to allow our children to have the opportunity to have an education and play on an athletic level that they're able to excel. And I think that when COVID came, Ron was already at Rectory. So he was at a junior boarding school, the Rectory school, and he was already established, headed into his seventh grade, being able to participate on a high athletics and a high academic institution. And then my wife and I, we kind of figured it out, and we wanted De'Naya to get that same opportunity as a brother. And I reached back to my old alma mater, Cheshire Academy, where I graduated from, and played, and in the Hall of Fame. And then I do some DEI work, you know. So I decided to reach out to them, and we got the process started. And she got in, and we was excited.
So you played, you did your thing basketball wise. So was that kind of like when you had kids? Did you always know, that you were gonna, show them the ropes, or it was just like it just kind of happened?
Nah, it kind of happened really quickly. Danae, she was a dancer, so she started late. She only been playing for 5 years. She was dancing, going around with a dancing team called BDA, and they was winning all type of trophies and medals and competition like AAU. And Ron, he started playing when he was 9, and we had that conversation when he was like 10 to see which level he wanted to try to play on, because as both of you guys know, is different levels to this, and I wasn't trying to force it on my kids. So when I sat them both down, Danae said, "Dad, I want to stop dancing. I think that Mom and I agree that I want to play basketball." I said, "Okay." And then with Ron, it was like, "Okay, how do we make this work that you want to play on the highest level?" And then he said, "Dad, I want to go away to school." And when he made that initiative thought, he took the initiative to really come up with a game plan, and he sat me down and he said, "I want to play on the highest level." So, and that's when the conversation began.
Okay, so let's start with Danae. Um, when was it? Okay, so we know you used to be a dancer, and that's interesting, because I would think that kind of helps. That probably helps your basketball at this point.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know. You can tell me better, but what Did you play basketball at an early age, even prior, even prior to dancing? Like when were you first introduced to basketball?
Yes, I would say when I was 11, I was like working out with my dad, like going to the park and stuff, like getting up early and stuff, like going to work out with my brother. And then like I just stopped out of nowhere and started dancing. And then like it kind of translated, like they're both were so similar that like it was easy to transition into dance, or like basketball into dance and dance back into basketball.
So break that down for me. The dance, the transition to basketball from dancing. Like I'm assuming it helps, with footwork,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. But like, is there more to it even than that?
Yeah, I would say like before I stopped when I stopped playing basketball and started dancing, like my dad used to make me do push-ups and stuff. So like when I started dancing, I started backflipping. I started picking people up and stuff to dance. So it's like I needed my strength from basketball to dance. So it just kept going back and forth.
And since you got back into it, um, and you're at a high level. What's your what has that been like? What is it? What's the work ethic been like? Has it been? I'm assuming you put in hard work every day to get better. Like, what's your daily routine in terms of basketball these days?
Um, my daily routine, I know, like for me, I can't sit down, so I gotta work out like every day. I gotta run. I make sure like I'm staying on top of my game, like shooting every day, running. And I know from dance, a lot of my stamina came from dance too. So like my stamina is on point also. So my routine would be basically just making sure like my stamina's up there, like my strength, like I'm stretching the right way, like shooting, everything.
How was your season this year on the summer circuit?
I would say it was really good. I think this was one of
Mhm.
the best AU seasons that I've had. I know I've jumped between different teams, like Exodus, New Heights, Riverside. So I would say like this is one of my best seasons that like I've wanted to win, and we really did that this season.
What would you say is your game? Like what's the best part of your game at this point?
Attacking the rack,
It's just like
just
that.
like that.
That sound like pops.
Yeah,
is that true, pops? That was your game too?
yeah, that was my game. Danae is just coming off a championship, 17U platinum at Hoop Group
Congratulations.
yesterday. Um, she
Nice.
averaged a double double. You know, it was about Danae just being able to find the right AAU that was going to allow her to not only use her strengths, but to be able to develop her skill set, which would allow the colleges to recruit her. And she done an excellent job. And I want to give a shout out to all the AAU programs that she used to play with, Exodus and New Heights. And definitely give a huge shout out to Riverside, Coach Toro, who, he definitely recruited her, just like Coach Collins recruited Ron to be able to showcase their real talent. So I'm grateful, and my wife is grateful, even though she's not here, she's working.
So
Got a
today,
shout out to the mama
okay,
too.
yes, of course. We know that that's always a big, big, big key right there. The moms, we know that she's putting in work for sure. So Danae, your father mentioned colleges. What's your goal as far as that goes? Where do you see yourself, or where would you want to be at the college level?
At the college level, I definitely want to go somewhere where I could play academically too. That's not my only priority, basketball. I want to grow as a person and mature, and I just want to like see where basketball takes me, and I want to play Division 1 basketball. That's for sure.
Do you see the WNBA as a goal?
Yes, I do. I
Mhm.
just want to get through college first. I
No,
know he's
I'm
pushing
not
for
trying.
that.
I'm not trying to rush you. I'm just
Yeah, yeah,
curious.
he's pushing for that too. It's not just you.
What players do you look up to, or pattern your game after, or feel like you have similarities to?
In college or
Either
WNBA.
one.
I would definitely say Epiphany Prince. I
Hmm.
know she's from my neighborhood. I watched her play basketball growing up, so she's definitely one of my biggest role models.
Nice.
Shout out to Tiffany. She's been on this show before
Yes.
and played for me back in the days.
I know. I think I saw her at New York versus New York last night. Pretty sure
Probably
she
did.
was there.
She was in the building last night.
Yeah, she was in the building. Yeah. So Um, as far as colleges, have you received some attention so far? Like, do what colleges have been reaching out to you so far?
I would say a bunch. I would say like I have two Division 1 offers right now. More to come. I'm still talking to other colleges, and I'm just gonna wait patiently.
Which two right now? Which two offers?
I have FDU, and then I have
Hmm.
Kinesis.
Okay,
Nice.
good stuff. Good stuff.
Have you taken visits yet?
Oh yes, I have. I went to FDU
Unofficial visit.
unofficial. Yeah.
Yeah. And Kinesis, we're supposed to take it this weekend, but she's going to be participating in the girls New York, New York. So we're going to wait.
Okay.
And are you going to be a senior next year?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So senior Cheshire Academy. How do you like Cheshire?
I love Cheshire. I would say it's a game changer. It changed my life.
Really
Yeah.
nice. All right. Well, I'll switch over to your brother, Deron Rippey Jr. Um, I've watched you play for a few years now. Just watching games. So I know you got a lot of game. You're getting better every year. Uh, Tell me when you started playing basketball, when you started to take it seriously.
I was about 8. Like, I was a pretty athletic kid for my age, but like I didn't really think of basketball as something that I wanted to do yet. And so, I think my dad. I think it was around this time when my dad got inducted into the Hall of Fame at Cheshire Academy. For like his 1,000 points that he scored and just the legacy he left at that school. He got inducted there, so that like kind of motivated me to like have that sort of greatness, and playing basketball. So like after that, I just decided to sit down with him and tell him that I wanted to take it seriously and not just be the athletic kid at 8 years old. I wanted to actually be a basketball player at 8 years old.
So how do you feel like you've gotten better each year since that time you started taking it seriously? Like what's that journey been like in terms of you know how hard you had to work, uh, you know, skills you had to develop. Like what has that been like over the past, I guess 5, 6 years?
Um, I'd say it's been pretty successful. Um, at 8 years old, 9 years old, there's a lot of kids that most people looked at. Um, they put ahead of me because I had just started, so it was a couple kids that were playing. They were already on the radar. But sort of then me and my dad just ignored it. We just like kept waking up at 6 a.m. Workouts, push-ups, sit-ups, working out in the hot sun even when I didn't want to. And so just seeing the growth over time just shows that it's been really successful for me.
Talk about that, and both you and your sister could talk about this, like in terms of the work ethic you need to be really good. You just said, you know, you worked out a lot of times when you didn't want to. Talk about that, like for kids listening. Obviously, when you're going through it, like like it's almost like working out in general. Like the biggest part is showing up, and then from there, it's all good. But talk about like having to break through times where you didn't want to work out, and then you did it anyway, and how you felt after.
Yeah, so right now, I'm not gonna speak as if I'm where I want to be right now. Like I haven't like accomplished anything that I wanted to accomplish so far, which is in terms of like NBA, which is the ultimate goal. So I'm still working, but what I've been focusing on growing up, working out, is just really discipline. To be honest, me and my dad, we had like this regimen that we used to follow in the summer. We used to work out at 6 a.m., come back, maybe sleep a little bit more, make up for the sleep that you missed. Then we would eat, and then I would have like a summer packet or like summer work to do over the summer, so we would get that done. And then maybe we would watch a movie, and then we would work out again at night, maybe like push ups, sit ups, and stuff like that. And so, just having like discipline and like a regimen to follow, it just like really I'd say it matured my growth because it just kept me on a consistent schedule that I can like build off of every day.
One place where I got to see you ball recently was Peach Jam, EYBL, and you had a really strong performance. You averaged 14 points and 5 assists. Very impressive. How did you feel like that experience was for you, and did it build your confidence?
Like how we did at PGM or
Yeah,
my individual
both,
performance.
both.
For us, we didn't accomplish the goal that we wanted to get to, but being able to average 14 points and 5 assists, I felt like I could have done a little bit more to impact winning. Um, Maybe when I comes to my defense or even just scoring the ball when maybe I should have scored or making the pass when I should have passed. But I guess I would just say I'm satisfied with how I did. 14 points and 5 assists is not bad, but I could have did better.
What part of your game you feel like you have to improve the most? I mean, obviously you're still very young in the game, and you will improve a lot. I'm sure from year to year, month to month. But what like right now, what's like that next thing you feel like you want to improve for the let's say for the season coming up
Um,
for the high school season?
Focusing on getting stronger. Um, like last year, I played 6 man, and I wasn't required to do as much on the team as people in the starting five. So coming up on this year, I'm no longer going to be 6 man. I'm going to be the starting point guard, and I'm going to be playing against a lot of tough and strong players. And I feel like for the summer, getting stronger, just getting that freshman weakness out of me, and stepping up as a sophomore point guard role, is just important for me.
You feel like you're a natural point guard, or is point guard something you're gonna have to learn how to play?
I'm definitely a natural point guard, but I can score the ball and I can shoot the ball, so it's not just Chris Paul pass type.
And what are your college goals? You have any specific places that you
Um,
that you think at this point that you would want to be at? Obviously, you got a long way to go.
yeah, I want to play Division 1 level at the highest level. ACC, Big East, SEC, Big 12, Pac 12, stuff like that. Um, just playing college basketball at the highest level, and then hopefully making it to the NBA.
And what players do you try to model your game after on either the college or the NBA level?
Like I said in another interview, I've been watching Keontae George a lot. I see similarities between our games. He's a good shooter, pretty athletic for his size. We're like the same height, and he's an
Hmm.
underrated passer. So I say I've been watching him, especially in the
Yeah,
summer.
that's a good one. That's a good one. As far as colleges, what schools have reached out to you at this point?
I have 8 Division 1 offers as of right now. There's a couple more my dad is talking. Uh, some of my coaches talking to. I'm sure that I don't know about. But it's Fordham, Hofstra, St. John's, Oklahoma State, TCU, LIU, Binghamton, and Washington.
Hmm.
We got one coming soon, Britt. I'll tell you about later.
Okay. I appreciate
Oh,
it, coach. I
oh.
know you on your job.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you too, brother and sister. Y'all, do you guys play against each other?
Now we haven't had the chance to
Yeah,
yet.
not yet.
Yeah, the
E-
season,
Ever?
season has been yeah, the season has been
what,
long.
what about back in the day? Never. Like, do you ever played against each other?
Yeah,
Like is that part of the deal? Like you guys will play 1-on-1 against each other when the
yeah. Like
time
we're in the
when
gym.
you have time. Uh huh.
Yeah, if we're
Is
in
it?
the gym working out or like after workout, I'll just throw the ball to him and be like, layup, make a layup, and I'll block you, and then he'll do the same.
Uh,
So
is
I'm
there?
going live with that. I'm gonna be the referee.
Yeah, we got. Is it? Are you guys?
balance.
Are you guys like real competitive with each other?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I would say I can't like when I'm in the gym, I'd be like my brother has the best defense, so if I can make him can't if I say he can't guard me, like then I could guard anybody. Like you know what I'm trying to say?
And, yeah, definitely. So let me ask you this. So, are there times on the court when you're in a game or game situation that you're like somewhat thinking about you think about it like that, like, oh, these come on, man, like I'm used to playing
Yeah,
against my brother, like these
yeah,
girls can't have anything for me.
yeah,
Really? So
definitely.
is it, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just saying, like,
No, definitely, you're right.
generally, is it like that?
Yeah,
Uh, Dad, how do you feel? I mean, this got to be a great time. I could just imagine, you played, and then now you get to watch your kids grow, play on like higher and higher levels every year. What's the experience been like for you?
I think the experience for me has just been eye opening and just you know seeing the growth and the development of both children. Uh, you know, just thinking about where they started, where we come from, Fort Greene, and just trying to make sure that they understand the process, but also try to come in this game and be a game changer, right? A lot of people say trust the process, but you want to change the game, and I think you got to be around people that has played the game, coached the game, taught the game, and then just allow these two to understand how to reach their goals without putting pressure on them as a father who played and coached, right? Being able to allow them to express themselves and have more conversation, and then also let them be a child, you know, have that age where they can just have friends, socialize, and be who they want to be, but also to keep them on the regiment and the right path so that they can reach their goals, you know. So I'm
Yeah,
grateful.
no,
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
grateful for the
hey,
hard
Rip,
people.
hey, Rip, Rip, speaking from somebody who is from Brooklyn, New York, what advice would you give the parents that want to send their kids away? Like, what made you want to send both kids away, and what advantages do you see that manifested out of that?
The advice that I would give parents is being able to just do your homework and research first. Uh, reach out to a couple of people like myself and you guys that can, say, hey, I know these schools. Uh, I also encourage a lot of, black families to, you know, fight for the equal opportunities that, paved the way. When I was at Cheshire, it was only five black, children, and two of us came up there for sports. So we was athletically being paid, you know, our scholarship was being paid and funded by the program. But nowadays, that's something that I want to do, be able to have these conversations with our parents. Um, I think it's very important that, we provide these opportunities, these equal opportunities, right? And also, too, I think it's a life changer when you talk about being away, having that college preparatory experience, seeing the world from the true lens, right? From where we came from to what's out there. And then I always tell my kids when they're away at school, they have to represent where they're from, who we are, and then open the doors for others, right? Pave the ways for others to have that opportunity. Danae is part of the Black Student Union at Cheshire. They didn't have that when I was there. Ron's doing a great job of being like, an advocate for, freshmen. And, he got a 4.0 and Danae got a 3.5. And, a lot of people look up to Ron coming from Brooklyn and being a freshman, the only freshman on the team that played a lot, played a huge role. So, I know that, reaching out to Blair, reaching out to Church Academy, reaching out to Rectory. My goal is to try to, help other parents go to these schools and follow the same steps for my children, you know.
no doubt. That's a great message, really. And props to you. Obviously, you're doing a great job with your kids. Your kids are doing a great job on their own.
Thank you.
Um, so congratulations on the success you've had, and it's obvious that only better things are going to come. So keep up the hard work. Um, Danae, I gotta check you out at some point soon. I gotta see you play because I haven't seen you play, so that'll be great. And Deron, like I said, I seen you play. So you played a little bit last night. I left after the first half at the New York versus New York. I don't know. Did y'all win that game last
Nah,
night? Y'all
nah,
lost.
yeah.
Lost in
That
overtime.
Wow, overtime. I knew I didn't want to leave. That was a monster game. Like that was a competitive game in the first half. But like I said, good luck with everything in the future. Have a great season at Cheshire and Blair Academy, both of you guys, and
Thank you.
hopefully we can get you guys back on soon whenever you guys are ready to make that college decision, hopefully you'll check in with us. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
breaking news, baby.
Yeah, and Pops too. We got to have you on. We got to talk to you more about what you just said that last segment. Get into you know what parents need to do or should do. Give advice to parents and stuff like that because obviously it's helpful.
Absolutely.
But like I said, thanks again for joining us. This was great. Good luck in your seasons coming up. We'll be watching. And until next time,
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Peace,
Appreciate it.
everyone.
appreciate it. All right, good stuff, man. As usual.
Yes,
That's a
sir.
nice. That's a nice looking family right there. That's a
Nah,
nice looking
nah,
family.
nah. My brother Rippy does a great job, and his wife. They're like the power couple in the community. And I've known both of them for a long time. And it's been an honor to coach his son, Deron Rippey Jr., AK Killer.
Mm.
He's an athletic guard. His father was right. Or he was right. There's a lot of schools that have called me that he didn't even list yet. So I'm sure that list that he gave as far as his college offers is probably going to double in the next year. And I'm just looking forward to coaching him some more.
No, good stuff. That was De'Naya Rippey, who's at Cheshire Academy, Deron Rippey Jr. at Blair Academy currently. Deron, of course, plays for you, 15U at New Heights Lightning, and of course their father, Deron Rippey Sr., obviously doing a great job and had an important message for families right there. So that was great, man.
Absolutely.
Of course, thanks to the listeners for listening. Continue to support. Find our podcast wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Up Next Podcast on YouTube. We go live. Recently we started going live, so you can catch all our interviews there. We have a lot more good ones coming. We're also, of course, on social media at Up Next Pod on Instagram and at Up Next _pod on Twitter. So once again, thanks for joining us, and we're out until next week, man. Good job again.
Yeah. Peace, everyone.
We keep getting them.
Yeah.
We keep
Peace,
getting them,
everyone. See
and
y'all. See y'all next week. Oh, go
yep.
purchase that book, Free Game, on Amazon.
Yes. Purchase free game and get your free game, no doubt.
Peace.
Till next week.